Well, what do we have here?
Good evening.
Good evening and welcome back for the first time to the new and improved H-Vlog. Yeah, you see, this is a honors video log of my honors project. For those of you who have just joined us, my name is Stephen Forbes, I'm a computer arts student, and this is my honors year. Now I know what you're thinking. What does any of this mean? Well, listen up, because I'm only going to explain this once. And then probably again at the start of every other episode, but once for each episode. Okay, so let me recap on some critical things about my project that you're probably going to want to know if you're going to watch stuff about my project. Okay, so the first thing you should need to know about my project is my research aim. So let's talk a little bit about that, okay? My aim is to research how the subconscious mind represents itself visually in animation. Whoa, hold on, I know what you're thinking. What the flip is he talking about? Well, let me explain to you what I know about it. I started off with a dream to represent what my subconscious mind was thinking on a platform that is just so fluid and vibrant that it would captivate audiences everywhere. Animation. In short, that means that I want to get what's going on in here up on the screen. No, I don't really know how I'm going to do that. I don't really know what that's going to look like. I don't even know if it's even possible. But that's the fun of a research project. If I don't know what's going to happen, then it's so much more fun to research it. Alright, recap time is over. Now, let's talk about what's happened in the last 2 months of my project. Well, you see, it's quite simple, really. Behind me on this wall is the development of my project so far. It's plain to see. But if it wasn't simple enough for you, or maybe you can't see what's written on the wall, let me break it down for you into 3 simple, helpful categories about how I've been progressing my project over the past 2 months. The first element is research progress. The second element is, of course, contextual development. And the third one is pre-production. So, let's start with a look at the research progress. Now, I know we artists are stupid and basically only draw because, you know, we're not smart enough to do a real degree. Well, you know how everybody, and I mean everybody, wants to do psychology? Even a little bit. Everybody kind of thinks, hey, psychology, yeah, I could kind of do that. I'd like to know a bit more about the human mind. But you see, the problem is that the more I looked at psychology, the more I got interested in, and the more I got interested in, the more things I wanted my project to be about, and then the bigger the scope got, and the more things that got into my head, the more things I wanted to get out of my head, and so far, I haven't written very much about my project so much that I've just written about things to do with psychology, and psychoanalysis, and perception, and what was I talking about again? Yes, you see, I really got lost in a sea of psychology. But it's okay, because that's not all I've been looking at. I've also been looking at traditional animation textbooks, and experimental animation textbooks, and good old Disney animation textbooks, and yeah, the research is going okay. I've been reading books. It's cool. I like to read books. You really do learn things by reading. Who knew? Okay, so number 2, contextual development. Well, there's been a couple of things that I've been doing there, the first of which has been case studies. I've been watching loads of Disney films, not just Disney film per se, but specifically looking at how Disney takes the idea of the abstract mind, or things that interpret and influence your mind, and how they sort of weave that into their animation, and how that makes their animation look different and special, and what they do with that, how do they represent the mind in their animation. At the same time, I've also been looking at how modern media in a wider sense, and in film and in TV, looks at the mind as well and how they tackle issues such as substance abuse, hallucinations, how they tackle the idea of mental illnesses, and get this, dreams are really cool. I never realized this, but I've been keeping a dream journal. Dreams are your subconscious mind in a visual representation that you experience first person. Like, dreams are kind of like the most immersive and real games that we play. So one of the other things that I've been doing is keeping a psychological journal, or a thought journal, or a dream log. Now, this is really cool. So basically, anything that I think, have thought of, or dream, I record in this diary. Now, see, the problem was that the diary was starting to become more like a diary, and less like a psychological journal. And this was as a result of the fact that I was doing it based on time and keeping time logs rather than keeping thought logs. And so it just basically became a journal instead of being a thought-driven record of my fluid subconscious. Now that that's done, I've taken it, I've color-coded it into sections of predominant thoughts, and from that I should hopefully be able to identify my subconscious. This door has been... Energy levels up. Okay, so the last part, number 3, pre-production. Now this takes into account everything that I've done in response to my research and everything that I've been working on and basically doing. And I've been doing 2 things. The first of which is drawing portraitures during human studies and basically being arty. In this sense, I've been using Photoshop and other tools to draw as many people as possible and just sort of try to incorporate what I think about them into my drawings. Now, it's been a long process and it's developed over time, and I started to incorporate watching films to let them influence how I was drawing, and that turned out to be quite interesting. The second thing that I've done is been reinterpreting scenes and animations into my own sort of animation. So basically taking a scene and reanimating it in the way that I want it to be. So, where are we headed? Well, on the one side of things, I could see myself starting to take an experimental animation turn now and start animating just about anything for the sake of it. But I don't know. At the same time, I feel like I still want my animation to be subject-based and therefore performance-based, and incorporate the mind into who we are and make my animations have meaning. So I don't really know where this is going yet, but hopefully very soon we will find out. Please stay tuned for another episode very, very soon. So yeah, that's basically what my project has been about so far, and hopefully it gives you a little inkling of where it's going in the future, although I really have no idea what's happening in my life at all. But yes, hopefully we'll be back very soon to give you a new exciting development in my honors project. Please stay tuned next time for H Vlog, the honors project vlog. Yeah.